Welcome back to Championship Court. It is time for the women's winners bracket final. The top two seeds meeting for a chance to move on to Sunday's gold medal match. Susanna Barr and Megan Fudge. They will face Simone Jardim and Allison Harris. And the duo of Barr and Fudge, excellent today. They've given up just 13 total points throughout the tournament.
Yeah, they're playing well, and they have something to prove after last week in Chicago. You know, they came through on the winners bracket side, and then they struggled a little bit, or a lot of bit, on Championship Sunday as far as finding the rhythm. They just did not seem to get into that groove and into that rhythm that we've had and that we've seen from them over the past few weeks.
We are ready to go here on Championship Court. And as I say that, we have some microphone issues.
Some technical difficulties out there.
Mm-hmm.
Simone Jardim playing with Allison Harris, as we've mentioned throughout the course of today. A new partnership, first-time partnership. This was supposed to be Jardim and Todd pairing up again here in New Jersey. Todd injured herself in the women's singles, had to pull out. Harris a last-minute addition, but it's been a welcome addition for Simone Jardim. They have paired very well together.
They're playing well, they're playing loose, and they've been solid all day. This should be a very good match here in the winner bracket final.
We are underway. Ooh. The first ball through the middle off the paddle of Barr goes for a winner.
Well, she'll take it off the leg board all day long.
Little bit of help from the net.
She'll take that all day.
Listen, Chad, they all count the same, all right?
Hey, I am saying, if I could use the net for every single shot, I would.
You would, yeah.
Well, it's like, Chad, we talk about if I hit a line drive base hit or if I hit a bloop base hit. In the book, it all looks the same.
It doesn't matter.
It all looks the same.
It's taken us 7 hours to get a baseball reference. Barr going right at the body of Jardim.
Yeah, good counter there from Barr.
Well, here's the thing, too, is three of these ladies know each other very well. Mm-hmm. That being Barr, Jardim, and Fudge. So there's going to be no surprises from the three of them.
Dom, as you mentioned, the three know each other very well. That means the X factor and unknown quantity is Allison Harris.
It is, 100%. But all these ladies have started to see her a little more, too, recently. So they know a little bit about her, but there's still that, like you said, during that X factor about her.
You just didn't want to pronounce the unknown quantity.
I'll start working a word of the day into the broadcast.
We tried that.
Barr mishandles the little short hop. So we're tied at 2 here in game number 1. Backhand.
Yeah, the other thing is we've got 4 defensive players on the court right now, so these aren't going to be short points. A lot of these balls are going to be coming back.
Much like Diescu and Nunnery in that regard. Win playing tricks with that point. As we mentioned, it's picking up here over the course of the last hour or so on Championship Court as the sun sets and the clouds roll in.
2-2-1.
That's a nice little off-speed third shot drive from Megan Fudge. She catches Allison Harris in the transition area.
3-2-1.
Ooh.
Great defense from Harris, but she over-pushed the forehand.
So good. She was getting pressured a lot right there, but digs it out and goes just a little long.
4-2-1.
Still smiling, though.
Having a lot to smile about with the way she's played this weekend. Big forehand through the court from Jardim.
Yeah, good change of direction and speed up here from Jardim, right into the body of Fudge. Goes the backhand side. Fudge has a tendency to sit on that forehand.
Fudge puts it away. You'll hear the nose very often throughout this match. Susanna Barr hits a ton of out balls, but that's just part of her game.
She definitely heard you. She's that close. Definitely heard you.
She knows it.
She self-admittedly does. Ooh, little hesitation. Just a little hitch in that two-handed backhand from Susanna Barr.
Harris and Jardim able to earn the side out. Barr pushes it just long.
Yeah, Barr tries to go for a little too much on that forehand side. Paddle flattens out as well. Pushes that one about a foot deep.
3-5-1.
Beautiful angle on the overhead put away from Barr.
Well, right there, and again, you talk about you don't have to do too much with it, but you got to hit a good spot. She hit a good spot right there.
3-5-2.
Oh, you want to talk about a good spot? That was a ridiculous spot from Jardim.
Well, she steps up and makes it look like she's going to speed that ball up. So Barr takes a step to the middle, and then she just goes inside out, wrong foot to, and hits that perfectly inside the line.
Oh, paints the line with that.
Yeah, nothing you can do right there off the tape and right over the shoulder of Susanna Barr here.
Tied at 5-all here in game number 1 of the women's winners bracket final. A little misplay from Barr. Typically, Barr, Fudge, Jardim, Harris, from what we've seen this weekend, play a very clean brand of pickleball.
Yeah, there was just a little bit of hesitation there from Barr on that ball in the middle.
Beautiful angle from Fudge.
Yeah, good angle right there again, finding that sharp angle out to the sideline. And what you're seeing too right here from Fudge and Barr is they're playing straight up right now, so they're not switching. And as soon as I say that,
well,
they're
unstacking on the return. They're doing a half stack. Oh, I'm not too sure
that was there.
That was ambitious. It was tough right there because Harris was closing as well, so it cut down the movement across the kitchen line there for Jardim.
The wind looked like it caught that just enough to bring it back down on the wrong side of the net for Fudge.
Good spot there from Harris. The ball sat up just a little too much there on the Barr drop.
Harris and Jardim sharing a few words of strategy. Jardim, the overhead winner.
Yeah, good job by both Harris and Jardim getting themselves back into this point. The ball from Harris getting below that net just enough for Jardim to step up and apply the pressure.
Off the net cord, right into the body of Barr.
Nothing you can do with that right there. It's ball changes trajectory in about a quarter of a second. Hard to get your paddle back up, and a 2-point lead on a timeout from Fudge and Barr for Harris and Jardim.
Fudge and Barr want to take a quick timeout, talk it over. What has stood out to you both here in the early goings of this match?
Well, I think part of it is what I talked about at the beginning, that we have 4 defensive players on the court, so these points aren't short. The balls are coming back, and then even when you feel like one of the teams has the upper hand in a point, then the defense gets them back in. So, again, it's going to come down to those balls that are pressure dinks, or whether it's down to the feet or pulled out wide, create the pop-up, and then give that ball to finish. That's where we've seen the points change a little bit.
Yeah, and you're seeing, I think, a little bit more slight edge to Jardim and Harris right now, turning that defense of all 4 of these players play into offense.
8-6-1.
8-6-1. Harris a little bit short on the pickup.
Eight, 6-2.
Oh, what a combination from Fudge.
Well, it's a good get up on the lob from Harris right there, as she takes that time away and then she resets quickly, knowing that Jarjim's going to want to go back to her immediately, and is able to find a spot in the middle. So good timeout, good hold for Barr and Fudge.
6-8-1.
Yeah, good pressure balls there from Harris. Pulling that ball out wide with that forehand cross court.
6-8-2.
Misplay from Harris. We have not seen that much from her over the last several days.
Well, she's trying to go with that inside out right there, and it just got a little too low on her. Oh my gosh, this leg cord coming into play on like every point. That's the margin of error that these ladies play with right here too.
Is it because both sides are so defensive that they're trying to cut the net so tight?
I don't even think it's that they're trying to cut that margin. It's just the work that all 4 of these ladies put in. They hone that craft of keeping that ball nice and low, right? Because they play defense and they're trying to drop that back in so they can turn it into offense. All 4 of these ladies do a great job of that, and I think that's where that comes into play.
Harris and Jardim take a timeout as Fudge and Barr have taken a 9-8 lead here in the women's winners bracket final. And I'm going to be a broken record, and you're probably going to give me the broken record answer, but
we talk about it all the time. We say
when the margins are this small, coming down to 2 teams that know each other so well, that play so competitively. If you tell me Aaron, Chad, I'm going to hurt you.
You want me to say it?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Finish your question.
What's going to be the difference maker?
Less errors. keep the ball between the lines, right? Less errors. But again, it's who can, like we saw earlier, it was Jardim and Harris turning that defense into offense. Right now, it's a little bit shifted towards Fudge and Barr turning that defense into offensive shots. And so 4 defensive players who can get to that offensive attack zone first.
That's all I wanted.
But it has been 4 errors from Harris and Jardim that have given the lead change, because they were up 8-6. Harris missed the ball into the net. Jardim's missed the last 3, trying to go for a little too much.
Game point. That time, Jardim able to find the winner.
Well, calm, cool, and collected is Simone Jardim right here. Watch her not get too frazzled. That's just an easy forehand, right? Not trying to do too much with it, but finds the right spot.
Big side out for Harrison Jardim.
Oh, the ball almost blew back in.
Holy cow, that almost stayed in. Off the paddle, that's 10 feet out, but the wind, that's a nice cross-court dink from Barr.
Jardim right on top to put that overhead away.
Yeah.
It almost looked like she was out of position on that ball right there, but she turned it into offense from the midcourt.
If Barr can get out of the way of that, that ball's way out. But it's the surprise attack from that ball being so low.
Just missed it.
Had the right idea.
Oh
There
my
was
gosh.
a lane.
It's open. Just out of frame right there.
Game point number 2. Oh, Fudge couldn't get there. Great effort, but a smart play by Jardim.
Yeah, she pushed Barr back twice, and then with the momentum going back on Barr, Fudge was the only one that really had an option here, but trying to go from deep corner all the way to cross-court kitchen, tough ball to pick up.
Still game point. Wind hanging that up for Jardim to put away.
Yeah, Barr trying to catch Harris as she's uncoiling. Jardim just stays and creates the angle.
Oh, so good at the line are all 4 women.
That's just great work out of the transition area there from Jardim and Harris. They were stuck there, but worked their way and fought their way through there.
Tied at 10-all here in game number 1 of the women's winners bracket final.
What defense from Megan Fudge in the middle of that point.
Yeah, the defense from Fudge, and there was a little bit of a miss hit there from Harris on that elevated ball.
They're fighting over it in the middle. Fighting over it in the middle. And Fudge looks at Barr and goes, did you hit that or did I hit that?
Regardless, it is a point, or a side out rather, for Barr and Fudge. Fudge pushes it just long, but the exchange at the line.
These ladies are unreal.
I think we've had less than a handful of dinks in this whole first game. Just saying. Just saying.
This is a matchup of the top 2 teams in the bracket. Well worth the wait, as this has been an excellent game number 1.
Oh no, that ball got away from Jardim.
Uncharacteristic return error by Jardim gives Fudge and Barr game point number 4. And into the net as Barr and Fudge take game 1, 12-10. We'll have game 2 of the women's winners bracket final coming up here at the APP Sunmed New Jersey Open.
18 years from tonight, Grant Gill will become a legend when he totally kills it at his improv class's graduation performance. Knees will be slapped. Suds will be sprayed. People won't know what hurts more, their cheeks or their sides. That's why he's already keeping himself in shape and razor sharp today with health tips and wellness tools from AARP to help make sure his health lives as long as he does. Because the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
We save time when we buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Which means more time
Wait, take a check.
Kyle, it's pickleball.
Every time. 002.
Get 30% shorter average wait time when you buy and book online at discounttire.com.
The APP is presented by AARP, Franklin, Leo Reve, and Pickleball United.
Simone Jardim and Allison Harris needing to win game number 2 to still have a chance to move into Sunday's gold medal match out of this winner's bracket final after Susanna Barr and Megan Fudge took game 1 at 12-10, and we expected a tight match. We expected a defensive battle. It's lived up to the billing so far as we are underway in game number 2. Oh, Jardim all over the defense, just couldn't get it back in the court.
Again, too, and who's going to make the adjustment, too, with the wind? Like, who's going to make it faster? And I don't think any of the 4 ladies had a problem there, as that was probably one of the longer points we've had all day.
The fire fights. Harris pushes that one long as Fudge and Barr take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, just a little too big here from Harris. She tries to slide it down the line, but doesn't have the room with that change of direction.
Unkind net cord.
That's a ball that Harris doesn't miss very often, and that's almost a ball from Fudge that was trouble from the beginning because that was low and she's hitting up on it. It's right to the forehand of Harris.
Fudge pushes the forehand long, and to your point about the balls that Harris typically doesn't miss, there were some unforced errors at the end of game 1 that factored into the final score.
Oh, 100%. Again, coming down to that, you got to finish at the end right there. A couple unforced errors from Harris and Jardim.
Unforced error there from Barr.
Well, and part of it too is with the defense. We try to go a little bit finer. That you have to put a little bit more on the ball, get that ball down, get it into a better position.
Just a big put away from Barr.
We see Barr a lot, and we obviously see some of those overheads get a little awry. Right now, she's shortened everything up. Everything's out in front, and she's being clean with it.
Jardim cuts the backhand too fine.
Yeah, just tries to rush that backhand, cut straight across the body.
And she's even saying the ball a little wonky or wobbly. Jardim rolled it right over to the ref. Looked at it. Went right by her. Looking for a new ball here.
Take your pick out of the basket.
Nothing more annoying than when a ball goes out of round and it's kind of looks like an egg.
Yeah, it jumps.
Yeah.
And now Megan Fudge has walked towards the back.
That's just going to wipe off her glasses.
It's all right. Husband Ryler was back there with his shirt, so he was fine. She trusted him.
As long as it's a clean shirt,
yeah,
not a sweaty shirt.
Together they took a bronze medal yesterday.
That's right, playing as a duo.
The best they've done as a team.
I talked to Megan earlier today. She said maybe not to expect a ton of that, but she was proud of what they accomplished. Oh, beautiful combination to set up Fudge for the put away.
Barr with the around the post backhand. We've seen her do it with the forehand. Have not seen that one. Good defense from Harris, but they were in a tough position after being out of position on the coverage.
And just a little bit long on the forehand return. As Barr and Fudge now out to a 5-1 lead here in game number 2 after taking game 1 12-10. Little miss down the line.
The ball is just wide. Good ball movement there from Harrison Jardim. Got that last one just behind the left foot of Barr.
And Barr going a little early on the speed up, right at Jardim. She's ready for it.
And Jardim going right into the hip of Megan Fudge to earn the side out. Drops the forehand into the net, and that's something you don't see.
Well, Fudge did not see. Jardim went so early. She was sitting on that right there, and Fudge had a whole backside open.
Barr can't quite clear the net.
Yeah, good patience again from Harrison Jardim. They had a couple of issues where Jardim's pulled the trigger just a little too early.
2-5-2. Oh, what an angle from Susanna Barr.
Again, not getting too big right there. Goes towards the sideline. Again, for those of you at home, we talk about that, hitting that angle to the sideline, not to the baseline. These players are going to get pretty much every ball you hit back to the baseline.
Fudge coming up short on the transition.
Yeah, just cut that one a little too much. Came across the body with it as well.
Just the court coverage on both sides is ridiculous.
Yeah, again, we can't hit it enough, is that all four of these ladies play such good defense. Pretty much everything is getting back if they can get it. If they can get a paddle on it, it's coming back.
Big backhand from Jardim into the body of Barr.
Yeah, a good setup there from Harris. Nice forehand roll. Gets that ball back behind Fudge. She tries to go down the line, but leaves it a little too high. Hit an out ball.
Yep. Couldn't get her paddle down in time. And with the forehand, keeps this ball in play.
Harrison Jardim rather on a 3-0 run to make it 5-4 here in game 2. Oh, there's a ball on the court coming over from the back draw being played on Championship Court 2.
That's the men's bronze medal match.
Game 1 of that men's bronze medal match.
Yeah, Jardim pushed that one wide. Tried to be a little fine, catching Fudge coming across.
Long rally goes the way of Barr and Fudge.
I think she was anticipating it to be hit harder. And so when she comes over to get that, it just ends up a little lower and unattackable from that position. Again, all four of these ladies, some great defense just to stay in these points.
A side out for Barr and Fudge. Still 5-4. Will remain that way. Barr can't find enough room down the line. Quick side out for Jardim and Harris.
Yeah, it was actually a good drive from Barr right there, catching Jardim, and she was still moving forward.
Right at the body of Fudge and couldn't quite get the paddle in the right angle.
Well, Jardim sees a sliver of daylight. Knowing that ball's going to be hit from a low position, she charges in and puts the pressure on.
Tied at 5.
Yes.
Lob sails long.
That's different side to side right there. That lob stays in on the Barr and Fudge side. It goes long on this side, near part of your screen. Wind at the back of Jardim and Harris.
Off the edge guard.
Excellent setup there from Harris. Heavy roll here, and then the speed up through the middle. Barr did not take a step back to the middle there once she went out wide.
Barr into the top of the net.
And I believe we're going to get a timeout here from Fudge and Barr, as this is a 6-0 run here from Harris and Jardim.
6-0 run in the first lead that Jardim and Harris have had here in set number 2. What's been the difference over the 6-0 run?
Great defense from all four of these ladies. But again, it's what we talked about in game 1, is turning that defense into offense. And we talked about it 2 points ago, where Jardim saw a sliver of daylight from her defensive position, and she turned that into offense, and it turned into pressure. And so that was a difference right there. That was that point that gave them a lead at 6-5. And now they take another lead here at 7-5. A nice little run from them.
Chad, we've been talking throughout today about the mental toll of the season, of the schedule of the tournament. But in a match like this, how much of a mental drain is it to know that it's going to be these long, drawn-out points every single time?
Well, I think the difficulty for it as well today is that all four of these ladies have. It's been about 2.5 hours since they were on court last. So
That's being generous.
As that day goes longer, then you start to relax a little bit, and you have to try to pick yourself back up mentally to get back into it. And then also that same part where you're saying, yeah, these are going to be long, extended points. I can't break down quickly.
Overcooks the forehand.
Harris looking to be offensive from the great defense of Jardim. I like it, though. I don't mind the aggressive play right there.
Barr and Fudge back on serve. Oh, Fudge, just the short, compact backhand.
Let's talk about the two
Right.
gifts there from Barr. I mean, full extension. I think she had the paddle on her fingertips trying to get that ball back over. And then Fudge finds the opening.
6-7-1. Oh.
It almost hit the crossbar. If that ball hits the crossbar, it would have been a replay.
Right.
But it does not, just stays off it. I was surprised because of the spin on it, too, that it didn't hit that crossbar.
And the net court has featured prominently in multiple points within this match. And now Jardim and Harris will take a timeout themselves as Barr and Fudge have come back to tie it at 7-all.
Well, we said it was going to be tightly contested before this match even started. The first game goes 12-10. This one, Fudge and Barr took a 5-1 lead and then go down 7-5, now tied up at 7-7. I think this one's going to come down to the end, too.
Considering the history of 3 of the 4 players on this court throughout the season, are we surprised? We shouldn't expect anything less.
No, they've all played great matches. We've seen some really great 3-game matches with Simone Jardim and Paris Todd against Jardim, or excuse me, Paris Todd. Paris Todd and Simone Jardim against Susanna Barr and Megan Fudge. They've never been able to get them. They've taken them to 3, I believe, 3 times, but have never been able to get over that hump. And so these ladies all very familiar with each other, with each other's games. There's no surprises going on here in this match.
It's been relatively smooth sailing for both sides throughout the tournament. Fudge, Barr dropped just 13 points on their way to the women's winners bracket final. Meanwhile, Jardim Harris, they won their first 0-0, the second 3-5, and the third 2-10. So they haven't been giving up a ton of points either. Barr going right after Harris.
Oh, that's a gutsy lob, but it is into the wind. Barr is part of her offense, and shocked that's the first one we've seen.
Barr able to get the first one back, could not return the hot shot from Jardim.
Yeah, that big forehand, I mean the two-hand backhand there, pulling Fudge out wide.
Service error off the paddle of Barr gives the side out back to Jardim and Harris.
How many times is this light cord going to come into play?
Should start statting that too.
We've got at least a dozen in this match.
Barr going right again, that left hip of Harris. She's been targeting it here over the last couple of points.
I'd like to see Harris and Jardim not switch here because that was the point where they got the side out. It kind of threw Fudge and Barr off.
Oh, beautiful forehand winner from Harris.
Yeah, it was a good sell there from Harris. Made it look like she was going to go back cross court again. Fudge takes a step toward the line just to try to protect the line. But leaves just a little too much opening.
That's her bread and butter right there from Harris. And that's why that point before that, Chad, the opening in the middle, because you're worried about her going cross-court hard with that dink.
Pressure dink gives the return of serve over to Jardim and Harris. And a service error, or a return error, thank you, from Barr. Fudge isn't going to miss too many of those.
No, and it was the dead dink that started that one off. It was a ball that dropped into the kitchen that just sat there, didn't have put any pressure on.
Jardim into the net. Barr, Fudge earn another side out. Still tied at 8 here in game number 2. This one has been tight all the way through. Oh, Harris, cross-court forehand winner.
I mean, on the hop, too. That's impressive from Allison Harris right there. But again, Fudge has to pinch middle and cover the middle because you can't leave open the big part of the court.
8-8-2. Oh, Barr not able to recover.
Wow, that ball just hung up there. But she was so far committed to the middle, she could not recover.
Still 8-all. Harris Jardim on serve.
It's going to come down to the same.
Yeah.
We get down there toward the end, and it's going to come down to a couple of unforced errors, couple of missed balls into the net.
I mean, flip the script. I mean, Fudge and Barr have a lead. Jardim and Harris take it back. Now Fudge and Barr take another lead. Now it's Harris and Jardim back in the lead.
Jardim and Harris having a conversation right now during this timeout. Dom, what is this conversation about?
Well, I wish I could be in the huddle right now, but again,
make your best guess.
I mean, what's happening right now is that Harris is controlling the dink when they get into it. If Fudge and Barr want to go cross court to her, it's opening up holes. That's not where they need to go because Harris is creating off of that. I'd like to see them go maybe 1 or 2 and then go back to Jardim's side and keep her honest. If they continue to go cross court to Harris, she's creating holes in the middle and she's doing such a good job of it.
How hard is it for first-time partners at this stage of a game?
Well, and that's part of the discussion that they're having right there is to go in with some sequences, to go in with a game plan and say, hey, you know, if you roll this one cross court, I'm going to set myself up in this position. You need to close. So there needs to be a lot more communication than if we say Jardim and Totter out there.
And Jardim comes up short, but given the way that Harris and Jardim have played today, you would never believe if you didn't know that they weren't previous partners. Oh, put away through the court, the high forehand from Fudge.
The fact that she got that and she did something with it, did Harris. She was off the edge of her paddle and she put plenty of pressure on Barr right there.
Oh, Jardim right back through the middle.
Well, holds it on her paddle so long right here. Beautifully done by Jardim. But again, ball movement from Barr and Fudge much better throughout that point.
Well, such a smart decision from Jardim. Leaves it soft, forces Barr to pop it up, and it's an easy put away at the end.
Well, it forces Barr to hit while she's still moving, and it's so difficult to keep the ball down when you're trying to get up to there so quickly.
The point goes the way of Jardim and Harris, and now they have game point leading 10-8.
Yeah, tough ball for Barr there. She's trying to keep Harris back as she's coming forward, but that ball's just a little too low below the net.
Fudge puts it cross court. That backhand has been effective for her.
Yeah, and a good angle right there. Had Jardim pinching just enough to the middle that she couldn't get to that.
Still game point. Harris trying to slide, just caught the tape with forehand.
Yeah, just tried to rush that one. Tough ball to speed up there.
Fudge and Barr saved 2 game points to get back on serve. Jardim all over those balls at the kitchen line.
Yeah, she went full tippy toes right there. Almost lost the balance, took a step forward, but held on to it.
Of these four ladies, unbelievable. Well, coming down to the end again here, just like we anticipated. And these ladies know that they do not get a refund for their timeouts. They are using them and using them at great times in this match.
Fudge and Barr staved off multiple game points, have gotten themselves back within 1 here in game number 2. The top seeded duo took game number 1 12-10. And guys, this match, we expected a quality match, but this one has delivered beyond expectation.
Yeah, it really has. And again, it's going to come down to a 2-point game, regardless of how this goes down. At this rate, it may be 17-15. But again, neither one of these teams wants to pull away. I think the biggest lead was at 5-1 early in this game by Fudge and Barr. But Harris and Jardim answered And are up by 1 still, but have to fight off here at 9-10-2.
And Fudge and Barr still with some work to do, as Harris and Jardim trying to force a decisive Game 3 here in the women's winners bracket final. Harris going right back into the body.
Yeah, ball's going out for sure, but again, it's center mash, Chad.
Yeah, I mean, just jams up Barr right there, but she put such a big swing on it that Barr didn't have any opportunity to get out of the way.
We will go the distance in the women's winners bracket final as Harris and Jardim take game number 2, 11-9. We'll have game 3 action coming up from championship court when we return here at the 2023 APP Sunmed New Jersey Open.
Thanks.
Jake from State Farm, I really need to know.
Go spicy or go home, right?
What? No. What if I'm not sure I have the right coverage for my car?
Oh, your agent can help me make sure it's just what you need.
What if I accidentally hit a food truck and it gets covered in empanadas?
You can file a claim on the app. At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs.
Thanks.
Oh.
That is too spicy. That's for you.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game, because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
We started this mission in tennis about 5 years ago. We've been perfecting our craft and our tools. We now see a phenomenal opportunity to take all that and bring it into pickleball to support an emerging ecosystem that's booming. And it's a super complementary partnership for us with the experience and the existing events that are up and running, the recreational element of APP. It's a fantastic 1 + 1 is going to equal 4. So we're thrilled to be partnering with APP.
Game 3.
Game 3 here on championship court in the women's doubles winner bracket final.
Oh, little dead pink in the middle, confused Barr and Fudge for a split second.
Jardim and Harris get on the board first. They took game number 2, 11-9. After Barr and Fudge took game 1, 12-10. Two top seeds in the draw. Jardim comes up just a little short on forehand.
I'd like to see her pull the trigger on that. Like, just continue it. She's been doing such a good job at that all day. She tries to reset that back to the sideline.
0-1-1.
Harris now coming up a little bit short.
Yeah, Harris just rushed that one. Tried to go a little bit quicker and pull Barr out wider. Ends up going across the body.
In the right spot at the right time.
There's that shot we saw twice yesterday from Barr, with Deescu, that little, when someone speeds up across her left shoulder.
Yeah, it's that frac. She's sitting heavy backhand. Jardim rolls that cross body.
Net cord unkind to Barr.
Yeah, set herself up well with the offensive lob. Gets just a little too big on the forehand. Catches the net cord. That ball goes wide.
1-1-1. We're in like Sobek Velichkovic territory when it comes to those net cords.
We got called for a push off right there.
Let's see where that's at.
Or not.
2-1-1. You.
Oh, the
Nice
inside out forehand.
So she's missed a couple of those forehands where she went for a little too much with the slide, but what she had done there is Fudge had pulled to the middle or moved to the middle a little bit more, so it gave her some room.
These ladies.
Some of the best pickleball you are going to see. This is an absolute battle out there. All of that just to earn
a second.
Yep. That's how difficult points have been to come by here in this match.
3-1-2.
Barr with a little inside out forehand of her own.
I don't even know what to call that shot right there.
Oh my goodness, that elbow so far out in front, like you can't teach that.
It's an inside out from the left. It's an inside out volley, but
the bar none is what we're going to start calling that.
Sorry, I haven't seen this one yet. That's pretty.
Just rolled it right back through the middle.
2-3-1.
2-3-1. communication, lets that ball drop in the middle.
Yeah, and again, it's either one of theirs right there, right?
Yeah.
And so you get into the...
Well, it has to be one of theirs. It can't be none of theirs.
But it has to be, it's either Fudge starts it and you want to finish it, or Fudge starts it and she wants to set
and
it
she
apart,
takes a step over. Yeah.
Right. It's actually the off-speed balls there from Allison Harris that set up this one. If she had have gone harder when she went behind Fudge, Fudge would have had a better job or been able to put a better paddle on it. But when she made that ball bounce, it pulled her back away from the kitchen line and away from the middle of the court.
3, 2, 1.
Jardim and Harris able to get back on serve. Easy overhead for Big Fudge.
Yeah, and Jardim had no opportunity to come in because she's hitting off her back heel a little bit right there. Good pressure from Fudge and Barr to keep her back.
3, 2, 2.
Oh.
You got it.
No.
That ball well in.
Miss Harris is serving with 4. Four, 2-2.
4-2-2 in favor of Harris and Jardim. Oh, you have to be kidding.
I don't know. That one's tough. Ooh, maybe.
Tom, Chad, what'd you see?
No,
it was in.
she made it.
It was in. It was definitely in. Yeah. From
Yes, it was good.
live, it looked like it might have been closer than that, but it was good.
Absolutely ridiculous around the post by Simone Jardim.
Yo.
Firefight goes the way of Jardim.
And a good job from Jardim and Harris moving the ball around again. Changed eye levels, changed speeds, changed spots.
So an end change here and a free timeout for Harris, Jardim, Fudge, and Barr. And a 4-point lead for Harris and Jardim here in game number 2.
Harris and Jardim jumping out to the 4-point lead. This has been a battle all the way throughout. 12-10 in the first game going the way of Fudge and Barr. 11-9 in game number 2 the way of Harris and Jardim. This is the most breathing room, really, either side has had. Fudge and Barr were up 5-1 early in game 2, but there has not been the ability to really pull away in any of these games by either side.
No, 4-point lead has been the biggest. Each one of them have had one 4-point lead. Fudge and Barr in game 2, and now Harris and Jardim in game 3.
It seems only fitting that we would go the distance here in this women's doubles winners bracket final as we play on here on championship court. The winner of this match moving into tomorrow's gold medal match. Worth noting, Dom, you pointed it out, that the person who loses, or the team rather, that loses this match, they still have to play another match after this.
No, they're not. There's no way.
In the scope of the tournament, there's still another match to go.
Yeah, there's another match, but they're going to play it tomorrow morning.
Jardim, the forehand winner.
Wow, I mean, the two track downs on those lobs, perfect lobs, but perfect retrievals to get back in the point as well.
What an exchange.
And I think Jardim played an out ball in the middle of that too, where Fudge was trying to push her back, but Jardim was so engaged. Much needed stop there from Fudge and Barr as a 5-point lead has stretched here for Harrison Jardim.
Yeah. 2-7-1. You again. You again. You. You. I got it. You. Yours. Yours.
Oh, she rushed it. Barr, another use of an excellent offensive lob, goes over the backhand side of Jardim. Little flick, and then Barr tried to rush it to get back into the hole that she'd created.
Barr drops the forehand into the net. Play has concluded, by the way, on championship court 2. The Johnson brothers winning that match. They will move into Sunday's gold medal match against Andre Diescu, Rob Nunnery. It will be a rematch of the men's doubles winners bracket final. As Harris drops that into the net. Hunter Johnson now going for a triple crown, by the way, on Sunday, playing singles, doubles, and mixed doubles as well. Barr going right at the feet of Allison Harris.
Well, great pressure right there from Fudge and Barr, but again, this will be their third time coming back to serve where they have not scored, so they need to start getting on the board here and answering.
2-7-1.
5-point margin, largest for either team in any game today. Barr, the overhead put away.
Are you kidding me? This is getting ridiculous right now. That point should have been over 17 times. At least half for each side.
All of that for 3-7.
At least they got a point out of that one.
You got it. You got it.
Harris got jammed up. trying to move to the left to clear that forehand, ended up moving into a handcuff position.
So using that timeout right here is Jardim, and Harris sensing a little bit of momentum shift here for Fudge and Barr as they go on a 2-0 run here, getting a little bit closer here in this third game.
Yeah, this one's been fun. What's the thing that's impressed each of you the most about either side in this match?
Well, I mean, honestly, it's the fact that no point is done. Or if you take the second to last point right there, where Barr hit 3-4 overheads, and Harris and Jardim got the ball back, and then it flips as well, where Jardim is being the aggressor, she's being the attacker. Fudge and Barr just either reset it or counterattack. So it's a back and forth continual battle. And like you said, Dom, we've been able to pull away by 4, but then the gap closes.
Yeah.
That was all you got? Yep.
Yeah, well, he's in agreement with me.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm in agreement.
This match at this point is almost at a loss for words, because what can you say about the defensive back and forth and the putaways and the court coverage, and how on earth did she get to that ball?
There's just a little bit of everything in this match. So the firefights are absolutely insane. The defense is incredible. We got offensive lobs, defensive lobs. We have cross-court dink winners. We have inside-out forehands.
4-7-1.
I mean, mix in a little bit of everything.
Net cord goes against Susanna Barr.
A little bit of a dead dink from Harris, and didn't go anywhere.
Well, yeah, both of them. I mean, the drop, Harris had to get fully extended, and then Barr got fully extended on the dink.
It takes right back up the middle.
It takes 6 balls to end a point right now. And a net cord.
Would you say this is the two teams that play the most extended rallies on the women's side?
Yes.
Jardim gets a high ball, puts it away.
Well, she sets herself up here in the middle already. Watch this, like 50% speed up to get the block that's high, and then just get easy put away.
Stretches the margin back out to 4. Barr finds some space through the middle.
That's not the right spot right there. Jardim tries to change direction, but just feeds it right into Barr's forehand.
8-4-2.
8-4-2, Harris serving.
Watch it. Watch it.
Oh, you have to be kidding. That forehand finding the corner from Jardim.
Yeah, that's just not the spot she wanted to go. Jardim closed ground nicely in the middle.
But again, she recognizes that that ball's going to be below the net. Barr thinks that Jardim's still in that back corner, so she tries to go with that deeper ball, but she ends up just feeding it into the movement of Jardim right there.
Jardim and all 4 women on the court, some of the best movers in the game in terms of court coverage and just their quickness. I think that's something that gets lost in some of the things that we talk about, is just how quickly this goes and how quick you have to be to the ball.
I'll readjust your statement right
Okay.
there. They're not quick. Megan Fudge is quick. The other 3 aren't known for their speed.
I would call that fast, not quick, but I'll let you finish.
Well, Megan Fudge is fast. She's quick. She can cover court. The other 3, it's their anticipation of positioning.
Okay.
Because if you, and you've already seen it with Jardim dropping some balls at Susanna Barr, right? She can't change direction, can't get up there fast enough. The same with Allison Harris. It takes her a little bit longer to go on the uncoil from the stack. But where they make up for it is the anticipation of where that ball is going to go, which gives the sense of that they are quick and fast on the court.
Great explanation. with the nice put away.
And that was much needed right there at 9-4 on 2. Now, must answer here from Fudge and Barr.
Getting down to desperation time for Susanna Barr and Megan Fudge. There's a much needed point number 1, still with work to do.
Yeah, good ball from Fudge right there. She gets Jardim off balance. Jardim's wrong-footed a little bit.
How good has Harris been today?
That is a big forehand.
Shocked me on the drive where Fudge went with that. Jardim and Harris were uncoiling, and Jardim slid over to the left side of the court, and she went at Jardim instead of hitting the uncoil.
Forehand back through the middle.
All right, good patience again by all 4, but the thing that Harris is able to create that middle ball right there is she makes it look exactly like the forehand roll dink that she's been hitting all day.
Fudge just out of the reach of Harris.
Yeah, good spot right there. Good combos. Not overhitting right here. And just finding a spot or waiting for a spot to open up.
9-5-2.
Jardim able to beat Fudge to bring up match point.
Yeah, I thought Jardim was in trouble a couple of times there where she got overextended.
Timeout receivers.
Timeout receivers as Fudge and Barr trailing by 5 here in this decisive Game 3 in the women's doubles winners bracket final.
Again, don't get to keep these timeouts. Burning their final timeout are Fudge and Barr down by 5. Got to have a hold right here, obviously, or this one is all over and they're going to have to play in that bronze medal match where Vivian Glausman and Alex Trong await.
Outside of Fudge and Barr, it was actually Trong and Glausman who pushed Harris and Jardim the most throughout the bracket. They're the other team that was able to take Jardim and Harris to that 12-10. And so we know the result with Barr and Fudge against Trong and Glausman in Chicago. Really no team, first of all, wants to lose this. They don't want to face Glausman and Trong in the bronze medal match.
Yeah, I mean, what Trong and Glausman have going for them is the ability to speed balls up, and if they're making a lot of balls and they're hitting their spots, they're extremely difficult to get through.
And there it is, as Fudge cannot come up with the dig. Allison Harris and Simone Jardim win back-to-back games as they advance into Sunday's gold medal match over Susanna Barr and Megan Fudge. Don't go anywhere. We will hear from Allison and Simone coming up next when we return on Championship Court at the APP Sunmed New Jersey Open.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
The APP is presented by Skechers, Power Plate, Yola, and Level Up.
And we'll take another look at match point here for Simone Jardim and Allison Harris. That ball just skips off the line as Megan Fudge is uncalling from the stack. So it's Harris and Jardim who are moving on to Championship Sunday. And we've got Dominic Catalano that's courtside with Simone and Allison.
Well, I'm with Simone Jardim, Allison Harris. Congratulations, ladies. Moving on to Championship Sunday. Simone, let's talk about it. The match, first and foremost. We anticipated some great battles, 4 great defensive players on court, and some long rallies. You guys lose game 1, win game 2. What was the difference between those 2 games?
Oh, I just told her I pretty much apologized to her. In the first game, I didn't trust her enough, and I tried to do everything and too much, and then I rushed through the last few points, and then the second and third game, I let her do her thing, and she moved Susanna around really well, and I got what I wanted anyway, so that's it.
And then Allison, playing next to Simone, knowing that she's there, does it free you up to kind of play a little more freely on that right side?
Oh, absolutely. She's just such a calming and fun presence. So even when we're down, there's no worry. I know she's got me.
All right, and Simone, last, is there anyone you want to thank going into Championship Sunday?
Well, I have my sponsors, Yola with the paddle, Jigsaw with the electrolytes, and I have Lucky in Love with the clothing. But I want to put out there, if you don't have my phone number, you can text me you can send me a message on Instagram. But this girl right here, she is naked. You can see there is no paddle sponsor.
Oh my God.
There is no clothing on her. She needs to, come on. Step up, people. Call me.
All right, that's what we have here from Simone Jardim and Allison Harris. Moving on to Championship Sunday. Thank you guys for joining us. We're going to send it back up to the booth. Back to you, Chad and Dorian.